Right guys and girls, here she is, the Royal Enfield Scram 411. Now, just look at it. So today we're doing a ride review on this thing, but I just thought I'd start with a nice simple quick walk round of the bike just so you can visually see it before I start riding. Now if you want to see this bike in more detail, if you want sound tests, if you want to see what it's like for me to sit on the bike or push around, then I do have a dedicated walk round video which you can check out if you do so wish. But let's just have a nice little walk round the Scram 411. So aesthetically it looks quite different. It's not as utilitarian. It just has more of that modern design. We've got these lovely little panels instead of big crash bars. We don't have a big old screen, it's screenless, it's got a different dash. Also when you turn the bars, this actually moves with it, which is a nice touch, unlike the Himalayan where you turn the bars and everything stays straight. But yeah, we've got a 19-inch front. We've got spoke wheels still, we've still got that lovely single cylinder engine. The seat unit is all one and pretty soft, looks quite nice. The tank design, beautiful, and there's 5 colour options to choose from if you don't like graphite red. But yeah, I think it's pretty nice looking, to be honest. If we look at the front, I mean you'll see this view from when I'm riding, but it all looks pretty nice. 14 litre fuel tank, single-sided brake disc, chain drive, pretty industrial looking pegs still, that's a nice touch. But yeah, I think we're going to get on it now and ride it. Go this way. Right guys, we're on the Scram. Scram a la my ding dong. Again, just another bike that I'm late to the party with, although slightly less later to the party than I was with the Himalayan because that's been out an age. Whereas this came out in 2021, I want to say, maybe even 2022. So it's not as long standing as a Himalayan. Obviously the Himalayan came first and then this was brought out as an adaptation on that bike. And this bike was designed to be more of a commuter, more of an urban moocher, as opposed to like a hardcore green laner. Now don't get me wrong, we've still got the capability with that 19-inch front with the spokes and some kind of dual purpose tyres as well. But I went off-roading with Mike on the Himalayan, and would I have liked to have done it on this? Maybe not that level of green laning. Having said that though, this does have a bit of a lower seat height. It's only marginal and it weighs a bit less. So ironically, this one at my skill level might have been a bit better. But either way, I'm riding it today as intended. As a little urban whip around. We're doing a bit of town riding, might even dip on the motorway just so you guys can see what it's like at motorway speeds. But yeah, it's just nice to get out on the Scram. It's a lovely bike. So a few things that we have that are different on this. As you can see, the front of this is very different. We don't have a screen, so we'll probably get battered a little bit on the motorway, but that's fine. I'm used to a bit of motorway batterage. No change there for me really. But yeah, just visually, that twin dash setup, I really like it. So this does have the little dash at the side for the Tripper navigation app, which is something of a Royal Enfield initiative. Kind of similar to the Beeline Motor stuff, to be honest, that little small navigation that you can put on your bars, but Royal Enfield has one built in on this bike. And it gives you turn by turn, and you can connect it so you can audibly hear it tell you what direction to go in. Now, I'm not using that today. I am using my trusty Google Maps setup in my ear via the Cardo Freecon 4 or Freecon 4 Plus. and I'm just having a run out. Thought I'd bring you guys the beautiful, wondrous sights of Lee. Sheesh, what a treat for you guys, an absolute treat. So as you can see, I'm at lights. I've got a flat foot. We love it. We absolutely love a flat foot. It's just very confidence inspiring, and it's just one less thing to worry about when you're on the road. I mean, don't get me wrong, you still have to be situationally aware of everything, but you're not thinking, oh gosh, there's the road camber up here where I'm parking. Oh gosh, how can I get out of this situation? Oh, that's cool. But yeah, this bike is so comfy, it's so lovely. Now, I already know that I'm going to get on with this bike. I really like the Himalayan, and I appreciate it for what it is. I know it's a 24.3 brake horsepower plodder. I'm not expecting speed out of this thing, because if that's what I'm expecting, I'm not going to find it. Nice, MD. But it's still an absolute joy to ride, even though we don't even have 40 horsepower like the 650 Ennas or Enfields. We don't even have that. Guys, what do you make of these new speed cameras? I think they're crazy, you know. They're just so tall. And I think they can actually detect mobile phones. I might be wrong. Let me know if you know the answer to that. So, even though the 21-inch front of the Himalayan didn't make it a bad ride by any means or any stretch of the imagination, I actually found the Himalayan on the back roads so much fun to ride. It didn't feel too vague even with that 21-inch front. It kind of held its own on the road. But you can definitely feel the difference with this. Definitely feel it. It definitely just feels more like a naked road bike would. So don't worry about this tape here, guys. I think a press person's put it on to stop the bar scratching, which is with the mounts, which is very nice of them. I've just clamped it to a centre mount because it's got better like viewpoint for a viewer, so that's good. But yeah, I really like this bike. I love it in this colour. I actually think I'd probably get it in this colour, graphite red. But I like any of the other graphites as well, and I like the other two that are more expensive. I don't know. I'm indecisive. I used to know what I want, now I'm not so sure. Okay, right, let's give it some beans. Come on! Go on, Ennas, you got this. Aw, cruiser riders never wave. Are they happy? Who knows? I hope they are. Not even a wave from a non-cruiser rider? Maybe it's just me. Squeeze through. We're not going to wait around here. So we're getting up to 60. Look at that, we're at 60 mile an hour. We'll do a bit more because the speedo's definitely going to be out. There we go, comfortable as anything. Yeah, it is a bit windier without that screen that the Himalayan has, for sure. But I think as an accessory you could get a little screen for it, which I think would make a world of difference. I wonder how my audio is going to sound. I hope it's not like crackling. To meet to you. Hi ho, it's off to work we go. Bum 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 ba bum bum ba. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. I went onto the Royal Enfield website and saw that these bikes in the cheapest colour option start at £4,849. Now, as you know, we have the Himalayan 450 that is going to be imminently hitting shelves, I would imagine, or dealership floors should I say, not shelves, be a pretty strong shelf. So I can, oh that's nice spray from that, whatever that was. So there will be obviously a Scram 450 in the pipeline, because you can't leave the little Scram behind without any updating of the engine and just let the Himalayan take all the glory. So consequently there are some pretty stellar deals on these bikes at the minute. Now I had a look on eBay just to see what new ones were going for, and KD Motorcycles popped up, so I'm obviously going to mention them because I do work with them to a degree with bikes on the channel moving forward for this year. And basically they have the sexy colour option, the one that is £4,949. They have that advertised at £3,799 plus on the road. So realistically you're going to be looking at like 3,900 and maybe 95 or 45 or something like that. So you can pick these up for a ridiculous price at the minute. Now personally I thought the price that it was at, 4,800, was a pretty good price for what you get. It's even got me thinking. So obviously a threat to the Scram 411 is Triumph's Speed 400 that just came out. Again, another little roadster, but it has double the horsepower that this does, or just under double, so still quite a lot. But it depends what you're after. It depends what you like the look of, because not everybody even wants 40 brake horsepower. I know it's quite desirable when on motorways, but I'm about to go on a motorway now, so we'll see what the speed can get up to. Jesus, what is going on here? Just want to have a nosy. Here's a man out of a big truck. That's not very good, is it? Is it governed by lights? Like, there's going to be a pinch point somewhere, so we're all going to have to play kindly with the other children and share the road. Otherwise none of us, this is all going to get backed up. None of those cars will be able to move. Starting to take a little bit, this. It's kind of not big enough for me to squeeze down, unless there's a significant gap that forms, but I can't see that happening. Come on, Winnick Lane's supposed to be fun. We're going to need one of you to start bullying your way if this isn't governed by traffic lights. Because I've only got one life and I've got places to be, I've got people to see. Finally we're moving. That's wild. Good lord. It is governed by traffic lights, okay. I'll let everyone off. I thought it was literally just based on goodwill, that. But no, that makes sense. What's it like to stand up on? A nice shower from this guy in front. Beautiful. It's actually quite nice to stand up on. Just feels as comfy as the Himalayan. The pegs feel grippy enough. Yeah, no issues with standing up. I think this would be great if you did want to dabble in the green laneage every now and again. But no, I think this Scram is just a lovely bike. It's an easygoing, laid-back bike. Now, Mike, my partner, when we had the Interceptor 650, he absolutely loved that bike. He said that it was just a bike that he found really small, that would just go anywhere, just a proper plodder. And I kind of feel like the Scram 411 is my equivalent, because obviously I'm a little bit smaller than Mike, and this bike is a little bit smaller than the Interceptor in terms of bulk and weight. So yeah, I think this is just such a lovely chill bike. Gosh, there's literally traffic lights everywhere. What is going on? What is going on? Oh gosh, look at that tree. It looks like a whomping willow. Wait, that's imaginary, right? That's fiction. That's Harry Potter. Is it? Is it not? Hey! I got a rev and a smile. What a guy. What a guy. Do you know what? It's not all bad today. It's dry. Touch wood. Yeah, this is all changed. This landscape is all changed. So we're in third gear now. We're doing 20 mile an hour, I'd imagine. It says just over on here, but we know it's probably 20. Third gear, chugging along, no gripes. But let's see how it behaves and reacts when we go on the motorway. Let's try it. I really want to get myself some new motorcycle boots because these are so old now, over 10 years old, and a bit of a nightmare. Right, let's go. Oh. So we've got 50 mile an hour average speed cameras. Gosh darn it. But we'll get in front of this. Now, in my walk round video, if you haven't seen it, I'll just recap and reiterate. I have a few predictions about the Scram 450 and what kind of shape it's going to take. Now, obviously the new Himalayan 450 is very curvaceous, very just bulbous looking, in the sense that it's not angular like the current outstanding model. It's not boxy, it doesn't look sharp like the Himalayan. It's rounded. It looks more modern. And even though the Scram 411 isn't anywhere near as extreme looking as the Himalayan in terms of being utilitarian-esque, I still think that it'll get an even rounder aesthetic to it, like the Himalayan has. I also personally think that we may get cast alloy wheels instead of spokes and try and differentiate the Scram more from the Himalayan. Almost kind of like what Triumph are doing at the moment. How you've got the Speed, which, you know, is built for a very different purpose to the Scrambler 400X. I forget we only have 5 gears on this thing. I was hunting for the 6th. But we're out of the average speed camera zone now. And look at this on the dash. We're doing 70 mile an hour, I'd say. Let's see if it'll overtake. I mean, don't get me wrong, we wind it on and it's not mega responsive. I feel comfortable doing, you know, just under 80 on the dash because I've had this with my phone on and I know that the speed is definitely out. But it just shows that you can, you know, get up to these speeds. Don't get me wrong, the wind is quite strong. I'm not sure what the audio is going to be like. Yeah, would I like to do lots and lots of motorway mileage on the Scram? Probably not. Is it comfortable for a good few junctions? Absolutely. But bear in mind my weight. I am 9.5 stone, so it's probably going to pull me along a bit easier than it will your average weighted rider. Just look at it. It looks so bonny. But no, it's been brilliant. On the motorway, I didn't see past 80. And I can say that because I know it's definitely out. But it kind of just peaks there for anybody who's interested in a top speed. If you have a look, the condensation in the dash isn't ideal. This bike's done 4,000 miles. But for a cheap bike, it's something that I could probably live with. Not that you should have to. But yeah, all in all, good bike. Brakes, You know, they're not the strongest, but they stop you when combined with the rear brake. And yeah, visually, I think it's a bit of a delight. Well guys and girls, I hope you've enjoyed this video of me on the little Ennies. If you have, think about subscribing to the channel, and until the next time, see you then. Bye.